We are live.
Hey guys, it's Friday night, and you're watching Sizzle This with me and Christy. Donna is not going to make it tonight. There's some technical.
She might. She might.
Yeah, I was getting there. You interrupted me.
Oh, sorry. You got so excited when you said it was Friday night. I haven't heard that in like months.
It's been months. So yeah, but Donna is going to try to hop on here in a little bit, hopefully when she gets home. But until then, you're stuck with me and Christy, and we're ready to have some fun.
He's checking.
I'm trying to make a post.
You're trying to post?
Uh-huh.
If everybody doesn't remember, Michael can't multitask, so.
No, I can't.
I want to sit there on a couple of birthdays. Lisa VSG, our Australian friend, today is her birthday. She's in Thailand posting these most beautiful pictures ever. Oh my God, I'm jealous. And then Kimberly WL Journey is also her birthday too. I don't know if she does YouTube videos, but I know she's on Facebook. So, and then I want to say a special shout out. My dad's birthday is Saturday, so.
Oh, happy birthday, Dad!
Right, and then Tuesday is Penny Ryan's birthday, so happy birthday to her. And then, because we're only going to be on here every 2 weeks now. We're only going to do it twice a month.
We're going to be twice a month unless something comes up, and then we just pop back on, and you never know. So
yeah. So, and then on the 23rd, I want to say, because we won't be back on until the 29th, but I want to say Lina's birthday is on the 23rd. So want to wish her a happy birthday. And then also Chris, Alicia's husband, is the same day too. His is on the 23rd. And Tiffany Clark had her revision this week. I can't remember the date. I've been bad being on Facebook.
She had it, what, Friday or Saturday?
I think so. I can't. Maybe it was Thursday. I'm not sure.
I think it was Friday, and then she came home Sunday.
All right. Well, she had her revision from, what was it, VSG to the DS?
Yes. She finished the two-step process.
Yeah. So she sat there and she had that done. And then our prayers are with Donna. Donna lost her uncle. I guess she got news was it this morning that she got news about it? Yeah. So we just want to let her know that we're praying with her. I mean, for her family and stuff. So, and hopefully she'll be on. She's at work. Computers went down. So you got any shout outs? Or I haven't been really good on Facebook lately.
I haven't either with work, and I'm working 2 jobs, but we're going to get into all that with this whole change topic because this is like new to me.
Yeah. Michael's out of the witness protection program, guys.
But I might not be after it tonight.
Oh, Lord, he bought them, people.
Right now,
good Lord, he bought the damn pumpkin.
I did, and they're really not that bad, though.
Angela said she didn't like them.
Angela don't like them. They're okay. I won't buy any more, but 1 box just to try. I mean, 2 cakes is what is a serving.
2 cakes, really?
Yeah, and they're individually wrapped. So for 2 cakes is 260 calories. So 130 calories for one. I mean, every now and then, I mean, yeah, I'll have to walk some more steps or run or do whatever, but it's fall. We need to get I gotta get my pumpkin on.
I don't know. I'm not a big pumpkin fan. Give me a pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving dinner, but that's probably about it for me.
Oh, did you see the link I shared last week for the mini pumpkin pies?
I think I saw that. Yeah. I don't know. You're always sharing videos with food, and it drives me crazy because I'm sitting there like licking my phone. Between you and Tammy both posting pictures of food and videos, it's like I want to sit there and just lick the damn phone all the time. So, well, let's go ahead and get into it and see what you've been up to since the last time we were on air.
Let's see. Last time we were on air was right before WLSFA, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's been since May. A lot, but not a lot has happened. My work hours on my full-time job got cut drastically the past 2 months, so I had to go get a part-time job, which is new and exciting and scary because I never would have done that at 407 pounds, I was good enough just to do my regular job. But, I do the product promotions, the free samples, your best friend, your worst enemy at Walmart. I give out bariatric size lunches. So, and that is crazy. The response that people give you, or when you're trying to get them to try a sample, some of the stuff that you hear them say, it's like, okay, you didn't need to know that.
You're like the bartender for Walmart samplers, huh?
Well, yeah, that, or they'll just walk by and say, oh, no, that's nasty. Or they'll say, oh, yeah. And then they'll say, well, did it have cheese in it? I said, well, it was a mozzarella cheese stick. So, yeah. Oh, well, I can't have cheese. I was like, well, I told you what it was, but okay.
You got to do a disclaimer before, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you give them your little spiel as they walk up to your little cart thing, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I've had.
Well, if you were at my Walmart, I know my kids would probably run up to you and grab every sample you have. My kids are like that, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I get that, and then I get the crazy people who walk up and take a sample, and then they act like they're puking in the trash next to you.
So what else?
I love my part-time job. I really do. It's only the occasional Friday, and then most Saturdays and Sundays, 2 to 3 days a week, 5.5 hours a day. I mean, it's not bad.
No. Get to meet people.
Get to meet people. I get to talk. I get to cook. I get to cut up Cliff Bars and hot wings and whatever else,
There you go.
So, but other than that, I mean, I've just been losing my regain slowly, kind of like a normal person would. That has definitely been interesting, but we'll get into that more during the show. Just living life and waiting on this weather to change.
And you got to see your daughter.
Oh, my daughter. Yeah. My son graduated high school. My daughter flew in from Hawaii, which, as if y'all who doesn't know, she moved to Hawaii in April. She got married in April and is living the life of a Army wife in Hawaii. So she flew in for about a month and a half, almost 2 months, to watch her best friend graduate and her brother graduate from high school. And then she went home like July 12th or July 13th. So she was here for almost 2 months. Oh, big news. I'm expecting another grandbaby.
Yay!
My son, who has my son and daughter-in-law, who have given me my first 2 grandbabies, found out that they are expecting, and evidently it's going to be pretty soon, because when they found out, she was already like 5 months pregnant.
Wow. Well, hello.
Well, yeah, like, okay, hello. So I get a new grandbaby probably in like November, I think, or the end of November, beginning of December, I think is when she said her due date was.
Ooh, so you would have a Thanksgiving or a Christmas baby?
Thanksgiving, Christmas baby. So. But
that's good.
That, it's funny, exciting, and just living life. And
yeah. So you want to hear what happened to me since the last time?
Hold on. Let me get comfortable.
Right. Get comfortable. Get your coffee. Well, I went to Nashville. Me and Garrett and my mom, we all went to Nashville for the conference and got to see amazing people that, I've been watching on YouTube for, God, I've been out for 17 months. Can you believe that? Feels like it was just yesterday, man. It was just like, it's crazy. So I got to meet so many people. And then it's funny because I was there the day before my surgery last year. So I got pictures with some of the people that before I went to surgery with, and then I got pictures again this year with them. So it was kind of neat to see the progress in between that. So And it was just amazing to see everybody and spend time with people and to see my mom. My mom, that was the first time my mom saw me since I had surgery. So when we picked her up at the airport, it was just nothing but tears and happiness. So did a lot of walking and stuff. Then we came home and I planned the trip to New York to go see Miss Randy, VSG Granny. Got to spend a whole week in New York. It was amazing. Learned a lot, saw a lot, did a lot. Got a lot of relaxation out of that trip. Then came home again and decided to go to Florida for the summer to see my mom. And on the way there, I stopped and I picked up Miss Jody Joe in Georgia. Yes, got to pick her up and spend time with her. So I was with her for a week. And I was planning on stopping in Georgia to see Lorraine and the Haneys and Tammy and Cleo and everybody else, but it just wasn't. The kids were getting cranky and restless and stuff, you know. So we sat there and we came home and came home and had an appointment with plastic surgery. Yes, so I can have plastic surgery so the bat wings can go bye-bye. And the stomach and the breast reduction, but he wants me to lose 30 more pounds because if you saw I did an update video on that, but he wants me to lose more weight so there's more skin to pull up, because if not, I'm going to be a size A, and I just don't think that's going to look very good yet.
I mean, you got to lose weight, more weight, so you have
more skin. Yeah, so you have more skin to play with, because I mean, the boobs are sagging, but they're still kind of full, he said. So the way they estimate, the way they calculate, this is the way the doctor said. There's something about the insurance and this guy that did it. They sit there and they calculate your age, the distance from your, I believe it comes to right here, your chest bone to your nipple. And then also they calculate your weight. So that at that percentage, they give you like a percentage of skin and how much they can remove. And if they do that, they would have to put me in an A cup. So if he said if I lost 30 pounds, he can either give me a high B or a low C cup. So
a full C.
Yeah. So it's like I'm 42 years old. I'm not showing the girls off no more. So it's like I really don't care, you know. Take it all. Take the inside out, take the outside out. It's like I don't care. But what I'm really excited because he's like, my insurance will cover the plastic surgery. I mean, the surgery for my breast. So he's like, why don't we do all three together at one time? Because if the insurance will cover your breast surgery, we could save you some money by paying for the anesthesia through your insurance, your hospital stay, and your meds. And then all he has to do is send me the bill for the arms and the stomach. So
lucky you.
Yeah. And the good thing is, too, I don't have a lot of, what is this, like boob fat on the side and stuff?
The side boob wing thing?
Yeah, the bra fat and stuff like that. He said I look actually really good for someone that's lost the weight I have and stuff. But he does see that my back is suffering, my upper and lower back, because it's all just like in the middle. You know, it's just all there. Between my breast and my stomach, it's like it's all right there. I went to a yoga class and they were doing this one move where your feet were behind your head, and literally I couldn't get back that way because my stomach and the breast were like all in the way. So, but anyways, but that's what's been going on with me. The kids are in school, thank God, and you know, thank God. So I'm going to click on my AC real fast. So go ahead and talk to everybody. And Christina is here. She says, I'm here. Hugs y'all. Miss you guys. So I'm going to turn on my AC real quick.
All right. Yeah, we missed you too, Christina. So, it's all me. Look, I'm going to try one of these tonight. This is Twinkies. Yum. Pumpkin spice Twinkies. Who wants
You're going to try
one?
Twinkies?
I mean,
we're not doing a review on Twinkies. No.
Oh, I told her I would.
Oh, no. Bad, Michael.
It's only 130 calories.
It's bad.
I am bad. I am so bad. I'm a pumpkin person, right? So I have to say that I do not like the new Starbucks pumpkin spice drinks because of what they did to them. It really tastes nasty now, and they're orange, and I can't drink orange coffee.
It's really orange?
It's really orange. It has an orange tint to it, and it's like, and it has a very off, strong, more spice than pumpkin flavor to it to me.
Mm.
So, but I did find in the Skinny Girl a pumpkin spice that is amazing, and I get these for $3.99.
And today's video is brought to you by Twinkies and Skinny Girl coffee creamers.
And then they also have a caramel pumpkin.
Now that one sounds maybe good, but
Pumpkin caramel. And they're all sugar-free, 0 calories, 0 sugar. You know, and they're really good. I mean, I like pumpkin.
I want a caramel flavored apple coffee creamer. I'm gonna have to invent my own.
Caramel. Ooh.
Doesn't that sound good? Everything else is pumpkin spice in the fall. What about apples? Hello?
What did I see? I saw something today at work. It was a spiced apple. Oh, never mind. That was on Facebook. Someone tagged me in some Fireball apple cider jello shots. Never mind. Maybe a review on those.
Let's get into this topic.
Okay. Well, this topic,
Yeah.
you brought this topic up to me over the summer because people keep coming to you and saying, you've changed.
Yeah.
And we have to agree, we have changed.
Damn right. We deserve to change. We're not the same people. We're not sitting on the couch eating Cheetos and a soda no more. We're doing things. We deserve to change.
I have to say in there, we've changed to the people around us, but I think we're the same people that we were before we had surgery.
Oh, I agree. I'm still the same person, I think.
Still the same person, but you're the person that was afraid to come out when you were at your heaviest.
Yeah.
So now people see you for who you really are and how active you are and all that. And they're like, oh, you've changed, but really we're just being who we really have always been. At least that's how I look at it.
I think it's also because the person that sent me this message, is not in the weight loss community. And I think because she sees that I have other friends that are, that can relate to some of the things that I'm going through, some of the things that I'm doing. And, I'm always posting pictures about food because that's what we do in the weight loss community. We post pictures about our food, our workouts, our proteins, this and that. And it's like, it's not like it was, 2 years ago, just sitting here bored out of my mind watching Netflix or, I still post stuff like that, but it's like, it's not the same. And I guess that's what she got mad about because I was sitting there just doing things. I was on trips. I was going places. I'm always on the go now. It's not, we're taking pictures of ourselves. Everybody in the community, we take pictures of ourselves before and after. So we're showing it. It's like almost like she was like, okay, it's enough. We know you changed. So, get on with your real life. It's like, this will be my real life forever. So.
Exactly.
I just get tired of hearing it from people. Well, you changed. Well, of course we changed. We all change.
We had every right to change because if we didn't change, we'd be dead by now. Or at least I know I would be.
Yeah. I mean, even people that are not even in the weight loss community, everybody changes. It's a cycle of life. We all change. We all rotate. We grow, It's not like, I'm not like I'm going to be, in my 20s still sitting there partying and doing that. I never did that before in my 20s anyways, but, I'm totally different. I'm 42 years old. I have 3 kids, 12 chickens, 2 dogs, a cat, a house to clean, Yeah. I hear him creeping up the stairs.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So, but yeah, well, I mean, we all sit there and we change and do things differently. We just all can't be the same people we were. We're busy moving and doing stuff.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I've had people come up to me that, you know, like local friends, and they're like, "Man, you've changed." I mean, I was like, "What do you mean I've changed?" They said, "Well, you know, you're like on the go, and you know, you're always on Facebook, and you're posting stuff, and you make these videos now, and you know, you think people really want to hear you?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, I get responses from them. I get people that tell me, you know, I like to hear what you have to say. So, well, yeah, people, you know, as long as people are wanting to hear from me and know what I'm doing, yeah, I'm gonna continue with it."
Right.
I'm like, well, you're almost, you 4 years out. Shouldn't you stop? Why? I'm always gonna be a bariatric patient.
That's right. Look at Mama Rose and Mama Connie. They're what, 10 years out?
Something like that.
Yeah. They're huge in the community and they still post it. Do you get the same do you get that same question asked in your family?
Yeah. Well, not really like my immediate family, but like extended family.
Yeah.
My real family, they know. I mean, my mom, my wife, my kids, my dad, they all know, you know, I'm a bariatric patient. I love what I do for the community. I love that I get to talk to people, and I love, I get as much from newbies as I get from the veterans of the community. And I hope I give the same thing, which, you know, I've been told I do. So, so I don't see a reason why to stop.
Are you watching me look at him? He's sitting there going,
like wood.
It's not wood, it's incense. So
It smells like sandalwood.
it's not sandalwood.
I smell it here real strong.
You can tell we're back to live shows again, can't you? Huh?
Yeah, live shows, and here comes Garrett. You know,
Right.
we're gonna see the kids coming in.
No, I told him to stay downstairs.
I gave Sissy a stay down there stairs. Yeah.
I really want to.
Yeah, I sit there and I haven't got that from my family yet. They've been pretty. Look, he's stealing my coffee. I made coffee. Right, yeah, and he's probably gonna take the rest of it. I made coffee for me for this show, and he'll probably look at him, puts it in the McDonald's cup.
And he's probably gonna fill it up. That's gonna take your whole pot of coffee.
I know. Oh, he left me some. And we are live, folks.
I'm glad that some things never change.
You never see Angela come in there and do that with you. She knows better.
She knows better.
She's probably watching this. No, she doesn't
I don't
want
want
to be on the show. She hates being on this show. I remember when we did shows together, she was just like, she didn't like it.
She don't like the camera.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't have family members. I mean, I was trying to think if I do have family members that, okay, can you go in there with your can? He's got can. See, this is what I do. Candy and he's got gummy worms and everything. You're eating a damn Twinkie. Stop, you two, both.
I'm not eating a Twinkie, I promise.
Oh my God, y'all are terrible. The men of my life. What?
Sissy got buffalo wings.
Okay. Welcome to the show. If you're now joining us, Garrett's eating junk food. Michael's eating a Twinkie, and I'm trying to make something out of this. But all right, if you just joined us, we're talking about changes and how we've changed since we've had like weight loss surgery and how people react to the changes.
Oh my God. A lot of it, I think a lot of it's jealousy.
Yeah.
Because we moved forward and did something about our issues, even though it was as drastic as having weight loss surgery.
Toilet flushing in the background.
Huh?
The toilet flushing in the background. Good Lord.
I didn't hear it though. You just brought it up. I didn't hear it.
Garrett's in there cleaning it now, so let's just do everything while I'm on the show. So.
Right. Okay. It's where was I at?
You were talking about changing your lifestyle and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, crap. I was on a roll, and Garrett had to flush the toilet.
You didn't hear it? She told you.
Oh, God help us, huh? But anyways, I know what you mean. That jealousy. Jealousy.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. A lot of people are just. I think a lot of people are just jealous that we moved forward in our life to better it and do what we wanted to do, even though it was drastic as having weight loss surgery. I mean, I could never have lost the 200 plus pounds without the surgery.
Yeah.
I'm honest. I don't have the willpower.
There's a Twinkie in his mouth.
But beforehand I would have ate this whole box. Now I'm just eating like I might finish this one. I don't know. They're not all that great.
Angela said they weren't good, so.
Mm-mm. But I think a lot of people who bring it up to me about how much I've changed, they're jealous.
Yeah. Community too.
Do what?
Do you see that in the community too?
Yes. When people are, which is the worst thing to do, and we all do it, is when they start comparing themselves to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, they get jealous, and because they're not doing as good as you, or they're doing better than you, and then they want to rub it in your face. And it's like, stop comparing yourself. We all change. We all change at different paces, different ways.
I agree. I don't think it's jealousy in the community. I think it's a lot of comparing. Everybody wants to, if someone sat there and lost 100 pounds in the first 5 months, then they're like, oh my God, what is she doing? I want to be like her. Then they have to sit there and do all these things and stuff like that. And it's like, and good Lord, if you post a picture about your food or your exercise or anything like that, it feels like you're just getting ridiculed sometimes. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like me, on my Facebook page. If you're Facebook friends with me, you'll see that I post anything and everything about food. Is it bariatric friendly? Not always. But I'm out long enough that I know how to adapt recipes.
Right.
I mean, I do have normal people in my family that can eat that. So I'll post it. I was like, hey, I'll post this. And if they want me to make it, sure. I can have a little bit of pasta. I mean, it's not going to completely kill me. But they can eat it.
Yeah. I know it's hard for me because with, Garrett's got a sweet tooth. We all know that. The kids have sweet tooths and they're kids. I can't sit there and just keep fruits and vegetables in the house because, one's a teenager and the other one is a little 3-year-old that wants cookies 24/7 and chips and popcorn and all that crap. And then the other one, she don't care. She'll eat anything. So it's like, but I try to sit there and adapt to an easier and healthier lifestyle. It's like, that's why I started canning this summer. This is why I started making my own bread. And I got lack on the bread thing too, because it's like, oh, I can't eat bread. You're lucky to have bread in the house. But you know what? I'm making homemade bread, but I know what I'm putting in my homemade bread compared to what I'm getting out there. And it doesn't have to be white bread. I can make, 7-grain bread. I can make any kind of bread that, but at least I know what I'm feeding my family. At least I know if I can my own vegetables, my own fruits, my own jellies. I've made jellies this summer, and they were sugar-free jellies,
Couldn't you also put like protein in all that stuff too?
Yeah, I could do whatever I wanted. I put protein in my stuff. So it's like, I could sit there and do what I want, but at least I know what's going into my food,
Exactly.
I mean, I know what you're saying because it's like, I'm only 17 months out. I'm not like you. I'm not 3 years out. But, yeah, I've tried pasta. Pasta does not like me. Rice doesn't like me. Bread doesn't like me. The only thing that I can do in bread is like either a whole grain or an almond bread. But that's the only kind of breads I can sit there and do without sitting there having that pressure of feeling like I'm having a heart attack or something like that. But I can sit there and we could change a recipe from a bad version to a good version. And we did that on Real Talk Live, with the Food Network thing. We sat there and we did that with a lot of our recipes. I mean, well, hell, that was a lot of our recipes they were trying to switch around to a healthier version. So,
exactly. I mean, and yeah, I've tried. Yeah, I've eaten pasta. I've eaten rice, but what y'all don't know is it's like a bite.
Yeah,
and that's and I get the fix. I get I had spaghetti. I had 3 noodles on my plate. I mean,
and how do you track 3 noodles on MyFitnessPal? Tell me that. How do you track that? Because I've tried doing that and you cannot do that. But they tell you, everybody tells you, are you tracking your food, Christy? Yeah, but how do you track 3 noodles? How do you track 5 grains of rice? You can't do that.
How do you track, a tablespoon of rice and like
Right.
4 ounces of meat?
You can't do it. It's impossible.
No, it's very impossible. And then my problem is, TMI. I'm like, okay, so I ate that, but then I went and threw it up. So do I still track it? Or do I just track half of that because I might have not thrown it all up?
Well, then, when you throw it up, then you have to go potty and, release that too, because it comes out both ways. I know with me, that's when I get sick, it comes out all directions.
Both ways. So do I actually track it or do I not track it? Someone out there answer that question. If you get sick, do you still track that? Because it wasn't really in us long enough. I don't know. I'm almost 4 years out, and I don't know. Do I track that or not, or do I just track half of what I actually started to track? Or
maybe there's a time frame. Maybe by the time it takes, if it takes more than 10 minutes to sit there and get sick, then you have to track it. If it's less than 10 minutes, then you don't have to track it. I don't know either, because that's weird. Because I had a piece of chocolate and I threw it up, and it's like, oh my God, I'll never eat chocolate again because it just made me sick. And it's like, ugh. I'm like, well, do I track that or what? I mean, it was literally 10 minutes afterwards and I got sick as a dog, but it all came up. I saw it. It was all right there in the toilet, because unfortunately for us that we get to see what we get to, what we just ate.
I know, because it comes out just the way it went in.
Isn't that the weirdest shit?
Oh, it is. That's just weird. But okay, I have a question for you.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia. Okay, I have a question for you. How do you think you have changed the most?
I think I'm starting to figure out who I am. Before I was always trying to please somebody else, to be my friend, to be my partner, or, just to make people happy. I was doing anything. I was buying them anything or doing anything for them. And you know what? I realize now it's like, screw it. It's time for me to be happy and make myself happy. If I don't make myself happy, then everybody's going to be miserable around me. You can ask Garrett that. So.
Why not ask Garrett anything?
Garrett ain't answering it. He don't want to get.
That's his answer. He said Garrett just does. So it's like, but I'm starting to realize who I am, what I want to be, what I want to do, what finally makes me happy. And I think I found a lot of this when I was in New York with Randy and learning about yoga and Reiki and everything else, and then coming home and putting into action what she sat there and told me, and seeing these things. Okay, if I sit there and I cleanse the the mind of negativity and bring in only positive and think positive, then I'm going to get positive results. And it's starting to change, you know, it's a process. And I'm like 42 years old. I'm finally realizing who I am, what I want to be, what I want to do. That's what I think is the biggest change. Because if I was looking at an old video today, actually, because YouTube is doing all this weird stuff and, you know, slashing videos and everything else, what's going on. But I was looking and I was watching this old video from last summer or 2 summers ago when I started doing YouTube videos. And I couldn't believe my face and my body and the way I was talking and everything else. It was just like, wow, that's so different. I've grown so much from when I started doing videos till now, I think.
Was it one of your salad prep videos?
No, I think it was a friend mail or something like that video, but it was just like, I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I've learned about myself. I've learned about friends. I've learned about, you know, my life, my lifestyle, my food, I've learned a lot of things since I've had this surgery. You know, it's a growth process, I think, for all of us to go through. When you have surgeries, you change so quick and so fast that it's crazy how fast we sit there and we go through this process, especially at the beginning. I mean, it was like, the first month I lost 50 pounds. It was like I was telling you when I used to when we were talking, it's like, I can't believe it. It's only been a month and I've lost 50 pounds. And it happened so fast. Remember the times when I called you crying, hysterical, you know?
Because of the Kleenex commercial or Herbie.
Yeah, it was Herbie, the damn cartoon car thing. And I was just crying. And it's like, we change so much and we grow so much so fast. But I see I've changed a lot. And I'm finding out who I am. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I was thinking about this most of the day, you know, thinking about this show. I think I went back and watched my first video today.
Isn't it scary watching those first ones?
And that first video, this is literally how I was. Hello, I'm Michael
VSG.
I mean, and I sat there and I watched that guy. And he was scared. He was unsure of himself. He was afraid. And then I skipped forward to my 1-year video, and it's like, wow, that's a completely different person. The confidence, the ability to just own the camera and talk. And then I started watching some of the crazier videos that I did, like my this is my channel, I can do whatever I want type channel, a video. And it's like, I would never have done that before weight loss surgery. I was the person who just sat back in the back of the crowd, and I was the fat friend, the supportive one. But don't look at me, because I'm ashamed of who I am and what I look like, and don't draw no attention to me.
Right.
And now I'm like, I got the confidence, and I'm out there and, you know, in front of it, and the kids are like, Dad, can you get back where you were before? Because we don't want you out here in front of all of us. I mean, my daughter's best friend is having a Halloween party, and she invited us to it, and we're going. I mean, it's family and friends, and it's like, I would have went to a Halloween party that a teenager's throwing, even though that, you know, we're close friends of the family and everything. It's like, now I'm looking forward to dressing up and just having a good time.
Right.
But mainly my biggest change has been the confidence that I have always had, but I was afraid to let it out, because who wants, you know, I always thought, who wanted to see a fat, confident guy? I don't want to make myself look stupid.
I know.
And now it's like, I don't care if I look stupid or not, you know? If you don't like it, fuck off.
That is true, people. That is real Michael right there. So I know.
I'll tell, and I used to sugarcoat everything, but since I've had surgery, I don't sugarcoat nothing. If you don't like me, there's the door. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to please someone to be my friend anymore. Oh, well, I only have a handful of friends, and okay, I'll do this and I'll do that. It's like, you're not going to put me in a box.
Exactly. And I think we've had our share of friends coming in and out of our lives.
Oh, they come in and out and back in, and then they're around for another chapter or two, and then they're gone for like 3 or 4 chapters of our journey, and then they slowly dwindle back in a little bit. I mean, I've had falling outs with people to the point where I was like, fuck it, I don't need you. I don't need your drama. I don't need your crying, your whining, whatever. And then I would not talk to them for like months. And every now and then they would send me a message and I'd reply, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing great. And then slowly they come back around and, we're friends again. I mean, they come in and out of our life so quick.
Yeah. So, yeah, I totally agree. But that's another thing. It's a change you're going through, and it's self-growth. Mm-hmm. We're all going through it. I think we all learn who we are, and we still try to find out who we are. And we find things about ourselves and stuff. I mean, it's like I used to love to bake when I was heavier. Now I can't stand to bake. I really can't. I mean, I'll bake for the holidays and stuff, but and even when I baked before, I never ate what I baked because you end up making so much of it and stuff.
You're nibbling all the way through it, and then by the time you get done baking, it's like, whoa.
Right. And it's like I don't even like doing that.
I go through spells of, I've always loved to cook. Ever since I was like 10 years old, I've always been in the kitchen helping my dad out. And I used to be able to say I cooked 90% of the meals here at home. But then I go through these spells of like, I just don't want to cook. I don't want to eat.
I'm guilty of that. It's like, I don't want to eat. Why should the family have to eat?
Exactly. I was like, I don't want to eat. So do you really have to eat? Or can you just go have yourself a bowl of cereal or a Twinkie?
Here's some ramen noodles.
I mean, come on. And I've been dealing with bad eating habits. And I made a post on Facebook in a couple of groups that I'm in of my bad eating habits. I eat a half of a half, but I say I eat half. I mean, I can't remember if I actually swallowed all of that food or spit it out. I mean, and it's unhealthy, very, very unhealthy mentally and physically. And but changing, evolving into it, knowing what I'm doing is the first step. And I can say I've only done that twice since I made that post, and I caught myself and I stopped it. My problem is I am super dehydrated. I can't drink anything. Nothing tastes good. I'll tell you right now, I had this cup of coffee today. I've had my morning coffee, this cup, and then I had a glass of iced tea in here and this iced coffee now. And that is all I've drank today.
And your water.
I had one water.
Yeah.
I had one bottle of water today. I mean, sometimes coffee don't even taste good.
I know.
Water definitely don't taste good. Water tastes like dirt or plastic.
Yeah.
So
I was never a fan of water before surgery or after surgery. I'm still not a big fan of it, and I have to have something to put in the water.
Yeah, and I'm tired of putting that stuff in my water. I mean, I don't know. I've got so many water enhancers in there and little packets to put in my bottles, and it's like, I'll like it for a day or so, and then it's like, oh, I don't even want that one no more. And then, I'll go buy another one, and then I'll like that 1 or 2 packs of that. And then before you know it, I got 30 packs in there that are half empty.
Oh, I know.
And I don't know, it's all, and then, but next week I could be craving water and can't get enough of it.
I think we all go through changes. It's like I could tell during the wintertime months that I cannot eat worth crap. It's like my stomach seems like it's tighter and it's different. I noticed this summer compared to, last year when I had surgery that it's more relaxed. It's like I feel I can eat more, but I know last winter was hard. I remember I've told you this last winter. I think I was like, God, I just feel like I
eat. It's like I'm super tight.
Yeah. It's
and
like
I've heard,
take
that
one bite and you're like,
I've heard that throughout the community, people with sleeves. I mean, a lot of band patients, yeah, they definitely go through that during the winter where they're band. It takes a while for it to warm up in the mornings. But I have talked to or seen videos of people who've discussed that about their, the change of the seasons, how their sleeve changes with it.
yeah.
Like, I'll tell you right now, this summer I felt like I could eat anything, even though I really wasn't eating much. But when winter comes around, the fall, which we should get hopefully in a couple of weeks, I know from the past experiences, I'm going to be super tight, and I'll only be able to eat like 2 ounces at a time.
Right.
Which is about 1.5 ounces less than what I can normally eat, because I did a test. I tested it last week with a firm chicken breast, and I weighed and measured out 3 ounces, and that's all I had for dinner. I had some chicken, and or actually it was 2 weeks ago, and I weighed out 3 ounces, and I ate almost all of it, and then weighed what I didn't eat, and I'd only eaten 2.5 ounces, and I was like full. So I still have a lot of restriction, even being 4 years out.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird how it changes like that, because I remember I asked you last year, I think, and when we were talking privately, I said, does your stomach do that? Because I don't know.
My stomach gets more noisier during the winter.
My stomach's going in hibernation.
and it growls.
Well, you know what? I've been suffering a lot lately with acid reflux. I mean, literally, it's waking me up in the middle of the night. And it's like, I know it's not my stomach growling, but, that's what my doctor sat there and told me, is like, he goes, it feels like your stomach's growling. It's coming up your
bubbly sound.
Yeah. So he goes, oh, that's acid reflux. I'm like, okay. So I sat there and got back on my Nexium, because I was on it, and then I stopped taking it for, God, a long time. And then recently I started having issues again with the acid reflux. It would wake me up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning feeling like, oh, I feel like I was going to get sick and everything else. And it's like, so now I have to be back on the damn Nexium. But I was on Nexium during the winter last year, so maybe it's different. I don't know. Maybe it's a seasonal thing for Nexium. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's just weird how it changes are around us all the time.
I mean, we're forever changing, and I think ours is just more noticeable. Everyone changes. Everyone evolves. Everyone changes throughout their life, throughout their chapters. But ours is more noticeable because we are drastically changing from time to time.
Right.
I'm not drastically changing now. I mean, I'm slowly losing the regain. For everyone that, I know we've talked about it in past videos. Last January, I realized I had jumped all the way back up to 220. And it has taken 9 months now. And I've dropped down to 195, 205. I'm staying within 195 to 205, but it's taken me 9 months to do that. And it's like, wow. And someone said, well, that's normal. That's what normal people do. I'm like, but I'm not normal.
When I went to the plastic surgeon, he goes, I want you to lose 30 pounds before we can schedule the surgery. I'm like, okay, that's no problem. I could do that. I'm sitting there thinking, I could do 10 pounds in a month. I'm not where I was, 17 months ago, Christy. It ain't falling off like it was 17 months ago.
I wish.
And it's like, you remember sitting there seeing these people that are getting ready for their wedding. Oh, I just got to lose 10 pounds to get into my wedding dress. And they're working their hardest and they're sweating and eating so clean and salads and everything else. I'm like, God, this is what I feel like. I'm trying to get into a wedding dress. It's like, I feel like this is the last 10 pounds or 30 pounds before I get to the finish line. And I never had a number for a weight loss goal. I don't think I ever did. I never sat there and gave I would like to see 150. I know I've said 150 before, but that was never a written stone. Like that's my number. But, I just want a healthy weight where I feel comfortable with myself. And I do, just, minus the skin part, Well,
I have a question, and you can tell me no, or you can tell me off air, or if you don't want everyone to know. With you losing 30 more pounds, where will that put you?
Okay, I asked him because I said, if I have the skin removal, the arms, the stomach, and the breast, I said, that should be my 30 pounds. And he's like, yes, not really. He said, no. He said, you're probably looking about 12 to 15 pounds. He said, maybe tops. He said, that's what it is. He said, people think they lose all this weight and it's like all this extra pounds. Unless your stomach is hanging down to your knees, then we're looking at 10 pounds. But
I was trying to get a number. I mean, if you lose the 30 pounds that the doctor wants you to lose, where will that put you?
If I lost the 30 pounds, I'm 170, so 60, 50. That'd be 40, so 149, 148. Wow, I haven't seen that since, the 80s, 1980s, maybe? Holy shit, Batman. I know my mom's she goes, but if you lose any more weight, you're going to look, like you're sick and stuff like that. She said, we already could see your collarbones and your face has changed and stuff, but.
That's where I was last summer. When I lost down to 176, I looked ill.
Yeah, you were real skinny. I mean, we saw constantly.
Constantly. I was all sunk in and I was starting to sink in the face, and it was like, I looked like death, and I had no color, and
I don't want to look that way. I just want to feel healthy, and I feel healthy now, and I feel good. But when I wear my clothes, I can get into a size 12, but I have to wear Spanx underneath my clothes because of the skin, the stomach. And it looks like I have a muffin top when I put the pants on, and I don't like that feeling, and that's why I want to have the surgery, but.
That brings up something else. I mean, talking about clothes. I mean, even with me from 176, I was in a medium to a large shirt, 30-inch waist jeans or 32-inch waist jeans. I jumped all the way back up to 220, and I'm still wearing the same size clothes.
Isn't that weird?
I mean, that's 40-something pounds of regain. But the clothes, yeah, maybe a few of the shirts were a little snugger, but I was still wearing the same size clothes as I was at my very, very lowest. Yeah. Even the jeans, and shorts. And it's like, well, where is it all at? Because I know when I was at 220, I was wearing a 34-inch waist jeans. But now I'm 220 and I'm still wearing a 30 or a 32. I don't know.
Only the bariatric gods know.
Maybe whoever knows that question might know the whole thing about the whole tracking that we talked about earlier.
Right? That's the mystery question. But I know it's like I know I could wear a smaller shirt, but between this getting into a shirt and the muffin top, it just doesn't look pretty. So I stick to an extra large. I know I can get into a large shirt. I bought in large shirts and I could fit them, but they're just tight.
They tight.
You know, they just
because
don't,
of their
they
skin.
don't look pleasant on me, you know. And I can get into a size 12, but I have to wear the Spanx underneath, and I don't like that feeling. I feel like when you wear Spanx, it's like I feel like a burrito, you know, or I don't know what it is, but you just don't feel comfortable wearing.
Restricted and yeah. I buy me an Under Armour shirt and I buy it one size smaller than probably I should if I was a normal person. It's like I wear a small. I wear a small under. I think that's a small. Let me look because I wore it today to work. Yeah, I mean it is a small compression type Under Armour shirt, and it's a size small, and I have to wear this like when I work out too, because I hurt if I don't, because everything is moving and bouncing. It's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die because the skin. I remember I went to the gym a couple weeks ago and I didn't wear it, and I got there and I was like, and I started running on the treadmill and I was like, oh no. I think I'm gonna walk because I am flopping and it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty for one.
It isn't everything else, right?
It ain't.
I know. I wear them when I go out for my walks, or if I try to run, I have to wear them too, because I sit there and I notice between, you know, you're running, your arms are making this weird noise. The next thing you know, these are making weird noise, and that down there is making weird noise. And it's like, you know, people are looking at you like, what the hell she got in her clothes, you know?
And then when you stop and you stop and you relax, your skin hurts.
Yeah,
because it's been moving and pulling, and I don't know. It ain't pleasant.
No, it's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. And people think I know some of my friends that are not weight loss patients that think that, oh, you're doing so amazing, you're doing so good, but they don't know behind everything. It's like, you don't know I'm dealing with rashes and stuff in my stomach and in my creases of, you know, under my breast, and the things I have to sit there and do to sit there and, you know, to be a weight loss patient. I mean, you get to sit there and get up every morning and drink your coffee and stuff. I got to sit there and take vitamins. I got to sit there and, you know, sometimes in the morning, everything that I eat or drink goes right through me and everything else. And
oh yeah,
it ain't fun sometimes, but it's the decision that we made and the choice that we made.
And it's I would do it all over again.
Exactly. I would do it all over again too. I've had people ask me, would you do it all over again? Sure the hell would.
Sure,
I would change some things that I've done. Like I would never picked up popcorn. Yeah.
Like the popcorn Lorraine brought you?
Oh my God. That's the best popcorn in the whole world, people. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I would have. There's a few things that I would change if I could do it all over again. I don't know if I would completely change it. I would have held off longer than I did.
Yeah, I think I would hold off longer of things
like some of the carbs. But you know, we need carbs, especially if we're working out, because that is our energy.
Right.
I mean, that's, some people don't realize that you know, that, oh my God, you're eating carbs. Oh, that has so many carbs in it. But we need that to burn the fat, not to burn the muscle when we're doing the cardio.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't have picked up like the potato chips as quick as I did. I mean, I was a year out. Don't get me wrong. I did really good. I was a year out before I started eating a lot of the, you know, the bread, pasta, rice, chips. But I probably would have waited 18 months maybe instead of just a year.
Yeah.
I definitely would have, if I could change, I would have waited at least a year before I had alcohol instead of the 8 months that my doctor told me I had to wait. You know, I waited 8 months to the day, you know. But
I was just going to ask you something and it just went over my head.
I did that earlier.
That's called getting old, folks. getting old. I can't remember what it was about. Man. It was a good one too. I was thinking, and then it's like, just lost it like that. Crap. Man, we're over an hour. Wow.
Wow.
I know. But it's just us bullshitting. So, I mean, that's what this show's going to be about this year, too. It's like we're not going to have guests unless we, you know,
unless we have one that wants to come on to talk about the topic that we are talking about. It's not going to be, we're not going to have guests on to talk about their journey.
I think we have a weight loss journey.
Huh?
I said, I think we've seen everybody between our show, the Pretty Losers, Real
Talk, all that. We've seen everyone's journey. And now, you know, if we would have had someone, you know, if someone would have came to us and said, oh my God, I would love to talk about this change topic. Yeah, we would have considered having someone on tonight just to get a bigger panel and some more banter and, you know, bouncing stuff off of each other. We don't have a topic for our next show yet.
No, which will be on the 29th.
Which will be on the 29th. So if y'all want to drop a topic in the comments,
or
Facebook message them to me or CHRISTI or DONNA, or text them to us if you have our numbers. Feel free, you know, and we're looking for topics. I mean, we have a few. I have a few in my head, but if I don't write them down, I don't know. I lose them.
Yeah, Michael's bad.
Hey, I remember how to start the show.
Well, you know how to start, you know, talk in the show, but I'm the one that does all the dirty work behind getting it.
No. I mean, vocal. I wasn't saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No. I'd have to like be on FaceTime with you, and you'd have to walk me through it again.
Yeah, I remember sometimes that when I couldn't be on the show last year, you were like, how do I do this? I'll get Angie to do it for me.
Right? But it's, so if y'all have any topics that y'all want us to talk about, I do want to have a food show where we talk about food.
I mean, we've tossed around some ideas for things, but I mean, it's
gonna be us just BSing and talking, and just you'll see just three friends hanging out, talking about our life and a topic to go along with our weight loss journey.
Right.
And it don't even have to really be about the weight loss journey either. It can be like,
no, if we see something in the community that we want to bring up and discuss more and stuff like that, we'll sit there and do. But I mean,
talk about the insane amount of homework that they give the kids.
Crazy. Even a preschooler gets homework. What are you talking about? It's just freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then my son, oh, did I tell you? My son wants to be in agriculture. He wants to be in agriculture. We got 12 chickens out there. You can go be agriculture with them.
Right.
But you know what? He's really good. He comes home. He collects the eggs. I collect them in the morning. He collects them in the afternoon. He goes home and collects them, and then he lets them out so they can graze through the garden, because the garden, we're finally done with the tomatoes, thank God, because if anybody was on my Facebook page saw the tomatoes that I was dealing with this summer.
Tomatoes and cucumbers.
Did you see my zucchinis? They were huge. So it's like, yeah. So I sat there and, yeah, so he'll let the chickens go out and graze through the garden, and then he'll chase them back into the cage. But my landlord's like, she goes, you can let them out during all the day and they'll come back in at night. I'm like, I'm not going through the yard looking for eggs. So she's like, no, they'll lay their eggs inside. What if someone steals my chicken?
No, I know someone who their neighbors have chickens, and every now and then she'll go out on her front porch. There'll be a chicken out there in her lawn chair, and she'll shoot the chicken off, and she'll have an egg to collect.
I get about 2 dozen a day. Oh,
you're moving up.
You tell me. All right. Yeah, I get about 2 dozen a day. I got about 7 dozen in the refrigerator now. So I think I'm going to sit there and be the country girl in town that's going to sell fresh farm eggs, you know? That's going to be Christy's side job. I'm going to sell farm eggs and do jellies and jams.
Jellies and jams and farm eggs and
canned tomatoes.
I was going to say canned tomatoes and okra.
I know. Believe me, we need to get Jody on here, and she'll sit there and show us how to do some home cooking with her vegetables and garden. She's a garden lady.
We can talk about gardens and canning, and we can get Jody on. I'd love to get Jody on. She's a hoot. I would be hurting so bad by the time we got off from laughing.
You do. You laugh. If anybody saw my Snapchats or my videos through our venture from Georgia to Florida, you saw some crazy stuff. Let me tell you.
Well, you work on it ain't gonna take much to get her on the show.
No, she'll be more than happy to do it. Give her a couple fireball shots and she'll be ready. So I know Michael's like, okay, I'll do fireball with you, Jody. Come on, let's do shots. So, but that's Jody. Jody's a doll. She's, if no one knows who she is, go check her out. She's Jody Joe 10 on YouTube. She's amazing, sweetheart. Mm-hmm. And Michael's over there pumping his caramel.
I know. I had to push my step.
I wish I could remember the question I was going to ask you. I can't believe it just left me like that. It was a good one, too. I should have wrote it down. I got paper and pad in front of me. Paper and pen in front of me. I can't believe it. And it's funny, you know, because talking about this change and stuff, I fought not coming back on to Sizzle This. Remember? I told you. I was like, I said, I don't think we should do it no more. I don't think so. Michael's like, we're going to do it. Oh, we're going to do it. You're going to do it. I was like, well, you just say, nope, if you can't do it, then we ain't doing it at all, but we're going to do it. So.
That's right. If you don't want to do it, we're not going to do it, but we're going to do it.
That's right. That was Michael. But we're going to do it. We're going to set it right now.
And we're back, and it feels amazing to be back.
It does. It feels like I've been off of a schedule, a routine since the last time we were on. Then summer hit, and summer was just freaking crazy nonstop between doctor's appointments and traveling and everything else. And it feels good. I feel like I'm finally getting in a routine. Kids are back in school. We're doing this, and I'm doing some other things on the other side and stuff. So it's like it feels good again. It feels normal again.
You're doing stuff on the side? What?
I'm learning Reiki. I'm learning yoga.
Reiki.
Reiki is a spiritual, I don't know how to describe it. It gets in touch with your chakras. So it's like, it's very spiritual. It's very awakening. I don't know how to, you just have to Google it. You'll have to.
Is that where affirmations are coming from too, doing those?
Yes. Well, you know, Randy's very into, she introduced me to an amazing book this summer, and it's called, let me see. Louise Hayes, she's amazing. It's called You Could Heal Yourself, Heal Your Life. You could heal your life, and it's an absolutely amazing book, and it talks about these affirmations that you could sit there and do, and it's true, because if you sit there and you think and you talk negative, what do you usually get in return? Yeah.
I mean, it's the positive in, positive out. Negative in, negative out. Yeah.
And this is what this is. And it's like every day you sit there and you say, I have these little cards that, you know, you've probably seen the pictures of them on Facebook and stuff, but
gorgeous
you have these cards and you sit there and you say these things to yourself out loud. And then I have a sheet that Randy gave me that she says you say this every morning to yourself, and it just puts you in that state of mind, you know. And then when you do yoga, it puts you in that state of mind. It feeds your body, your mind, your soul. It sits there and just, it helps out so much. And I'm really excited to try the Reiki and actually learning to do the classes, to do it myself. And it just, I just can't describe it into words. It's just like, I don't know. It just really opens me up. It just makes me feel good. I feel good about myself. You know, at the beginning, and when we had a lot of things going on YouTube, and when we started Sizzle This, we had some problems and issues in the past. And it's like, you know, there was a lot of he said, she said, and all this craziness. And it's like, and I would feed into it. I got mad. I let the stuff bottle up and here. And then it's like, I have to learn how to release that stuff, you know? And it's like, it took me a while to realize that. It's like, I would sit there and be like, oh, what's the gossip? You know, sit there and watch these battles on YouTubes of people sitting there talking about each other and everything else. And it's like, you just got to learn to let that shit go.
Hey, yeah, you've got to learn to say, fuck it.
Exactly.
If you ain't messaged me in 6 months and then you're going to start messaging me now, I'm sorry. I don't need you in my life.
I agree. So it's like, you know.
I mean, it's you've got to, and we've got to the point where we don't need the negative, and we're wanting positive in, and we're wanting to give positive back. And
you wouldn't believe how good you feel when you feel that way. When you sit there and you start thinking that, it's like you don't have to sit there and bash somebody or bash a thing. It's like, I'm going to sit there and talk bad about, you know, my sleeping pills. And it's like, I don't have to do that, because it's, what good is that? What good is that bringing me?
Right.
You know? And what kind of attention is that going to bring? Oh, you're going to get some people that are, woo, woo, go girl, or go boy, or whatever, whoever's what. But that's not what I want. And I guess that's another change that I'm going through too. It's like you reach a point in your life, you know, maybe some people reach it at 38, 28. I'm reaching it at 42 years old. And it's took a while, because I let people walk on me, talk about me, hurt me, use me, abuse me. I've had it all happen to me.
Accepted it.
Yeah, and I accepted it, and I wore it, and it sat there and it showed. And finally, it's starting to shed off of me like a winter coat, you know? That's how it is. It's like it's starting to finally come out, and I'm starting to see who I am. And that's what these affirmations do. This is what this yoga does. This is what Reiki does. This is the feeling that I'm getting from this is nothing but positive, and that's all I want to return back is positive. So it's like, I'm not going to play the battle game. I'm not going to sit there and play the games. I'm 42 years old. I have 3 kids. I want to play games. I got Yahtzee downstairs. Play with them.
Right. What was today's card?
Today's card. We should make this part of the show, huh? Sit there and start off today's card with, hang on.
You're supposed to be saying it to yourself all day long. You don't know?
Because I sit there and I read other ones too, so it's like I got a bunch of them going through my head. It says, I'm willing to see my magnificent. So I'm willing to say that I'm magnificent. If I think that if I think that I am a bad person, I get negative feeling. Just talking about that. However, if I change the thought, the feeling disappears. It's today's message, guys.
You know what my card says every single day? You are amazing. If I keep telling myself I'm amazing, I'll be amazing, right?
That's right. You know, what you bring in is what you put out. And that's what it is. That's what it is. It's that feeling, that's that thing. So it's like, so yeah, that's what I sit there and I'm trying to put out now is just goodness. Some people might not like what I stand for, what I do, what I drink, what I eat, what I wear, but that's me.
They don't like it. They can move on.
That's right. I'm not here to make anybody happy except for myself. So
that's right.
That should be the only thing that should be important to anybody out there. Make your own self happy. So you're not here to please anybody else. So, well, we have nobody else in here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I kept looking, and then
I didn't see anything on Facebook. Did you?
No.
Yeah. So. All right, I guess we should end it, huh?
We can end it, and we will be back
on the 29th.
The 29th. So if you watch,
we're trying this new time. Let us know if you like the new time too. We're trying at 8 o'clock. I know it's on a Friday night, and usually we don't get a lot of views on the weekends because hey, when people get out of work, the first thing I want to do is spend time with their family. They got dates. They're going this and that. So we understand if we don't get views or comments.
Halfway sideways to get here tonight.
You did that Dale Earnhardt Jr. So we understand if we don't get the views, but we usually get the views in the comments.
Oh yeah, we
over the
comments later. I mean, come on. I don't care when you watch it, just watch it.
If not, Michael's gonna come knock on your door.
Come knock on your door, and I'm gonna give you one of these nasty pumpkin spice twink. They're really bad.
When you sent me that picture today, I'm like, I know he bought one. I know he did. I know Michael.
I did. I sent Donna a picture of a pecan pie. I started to buy it too. But I didn't buy the pecan pie, but I did buy these. And these here, they were under $3. And it was like, I don't know why, because they are like.
Now, I did see some bacon jam that I might sit there and send you because I know you're a bacon freak.
I saw that on Facebook. I posted it like a month ago. I need to make it. And it like calls for like extra strong coffees in it.
No, don't watch Michael's videos, his food videos. They're just like dangerous. Oh, I want to let you know, there was a lady that we got a comment from. I was looking back, and actually, this was like our very first video you did of your salsa recipe, I believe it was.
Oh, the Casa Ole green salsa.
Yes, we had a lady that got commented, and she had to save the video and put it in her favorites, and she asked to please never delete the video because her daughter absolutely loves this recipe. She thinks it's the best salsa ever, and I cannot remember her name, and if I find it, I'll bring it to your attention or something, but I was looking, and it was like she left a whole paragraph about that on that video, so you have to go back and look at that video.
I'll go back and look at that video.
She absolutely her daughter went crazy for it, and she's just so happy that she found a recipe online for that, for the salsa, so.
And that's a good salsa too. I mean, it makes a lot.
I know.
I need to
make recipes like that. Put them up on the channel.
I need to do another video of. I had to make a cilantro ranch, a jalapeno. Was it jalapeno? No, it was just a cilantro ranch, a ranch dressing.
Let me tell you, I made this recipe. If you saw my live feed on our weight loss, what is it? The 30-30 challenge. Did you see me do the recipe for the cucumber and egg salad?
Mm-hmm.
That shit was good.
Was it?
You know, I was scared to make it because I was like, okay, egg salad with the cucumbers, it just doesn't sound right. It just didn't sound good. But I'm like, okay, and the stats on it were really good. I can't remember the stats. I think I told everybody in the group or something when I did the video. But it's really good. It gives it that crunch, and I don't know what it was, but it was really, really good.
I'm afraid of a crunch in the egg salad if you think I was eating a shell.
No, but it's different. And remember, it didn't have a lot of things. I think it was just a tablespoon and a half of mayonnaise. It was a third of a cucumber, 3 eggs, and I think I put dill in it. I didn't ask for dill, and some onion powder or garlic powder, one of the two, and salt and pepper. And it was actually amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good. I was shocked. I didn't think it would be good. And I did all my meal preps last Sunday, which has saved my butt this whole week because I haven't had to cook one meal this week. Just
you do heat it up.
That's right. And I will be doing that this Sunday too because
you gonna live feed it?
Yeah, we everybody ate it. I mean, they sat there and they tore it. I think the only day I really cooked was the other night. I made homemade pizzas for the kids and Garrett.
I didn't ask if you ate it. I asked, are you gonna live feed?
Oh yeah, I could do that, but I can only do it. I can't do it on my channel, on my Facebook channel no more. I'm on the CHRISTI one. That's why I have to go to the Christina one. It's weird. I can sign into another Facebook account and I can sit there and go live feed on that one. So that's why I can't live feed on the CHRISTI one no more. So Facebook, are you watching? What the hell did I do to you? I didn't do nothing to you, damn it.
Broke it.
I guess I broke it. I guess I'll work on the other one until I break that one. So even Alicia, she got on my account and sat there and looked and saw if I did anything wrong. So She goes, everything is right. Looks like mine. I'm like, I know. So what did I do wrong? Someone booted me, probably.
Oh, well, whatever.
Haters.
Hey,
Still love
you're going to hate.
That's right. All right, let's get off here.
Let's get off. I mean, let's end the show.
There we go. You want to end the show? So we'll see you back on the 29th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back then. So everybody have
your show ideas, your topics, your questions.
Yeah. We'll throw some ideas and hints out through this week on the Sizzle This Facebook page. So,
and until then, we'll see y'all then. I don't know what I was going to say.
Bye, guys.
Bye.